So, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Laura Wiegert from the Fox Cities Chamber. It's hard to believe the draft is just 2 months away. It seems like the excitement and anticipation have been building forever. But as more details fall into place, we want to continue to share updates on what the draft means for the Fox Cities and how your business can benefit. That's why we're excited to partner with the Fox Cities Convention and Visitors Bureau, Appleton Downtown Inc., and Future Nina to bring you this webinar. Please note that all participants have their video and audio muted, but if you'd like to ask a question, please enter it in the Q&A box, not the chat box, the Q&A box. Then Melissa from our team will be monitoring the questions during the webinar, and our presenters will answer as time allows. Also, this webinar is being recorded and will be shared on the Chamber's YouTube channel in the next day or so. At this time, I'd like to introduce our presenters. First up is Pam Seidel. Pam has served as the Executive Director of the Fox Cities Convention and Visitors Bureau since December 2012 and has been a member of the CVB staff since 2002. During her tenure, she has led advocacy for continued tourism infrastructure development, including getting 10 municipalities to collaboratively fund the construction debt on two $30 million facilities with room tax. After Pam, we have Jen Stefani. Jen serves as the Executive Director of Appleton Downtown Inc. and Creative Downtown Appleton Inc., and over the past 22 years has embraced the challenge of continuing the momentum and development of Appleton Downtown as a destination. Through the management of the Business Improvement District, her work is focused on creating a vibrant sense of place for business, learning, living, and leisure within the downtown district. Okay, Pam, are you ready to kick it off?
I'm ready. Oh, nice football segue. I like it. Thank you, Laura, and thanks to the Chamber for enabling this this webinar. We appreciate the opportunity. This has been an exciting proposition for Northeast Wisconsin, and from the CVB standpoint, obviously we've been focusing on what we do, and that's tourism and the potential of visitation, and how do we ensure that the visitor experience is high quality for guests. We've been involved with this process. Our friends at Discover Green Bay reached out to us, 3-4 years ago. They've been on several drafts, several different years. And so we were part of that process because of Green Bay's unique size and location. Usually the draft being held in much larger markets. And, the Fox Cities was seen, and many of the other surrounding communities were seen as essential to make this bid happen, because you have to have the hotel capacity and all the other things. So we've been involved in, in providing supporting information, airlift from our airport, number of hotel rooms for a number of years, and very happy for our friends at Discover Green Bay that they finally got this bid and they won, and this is going to be a reality for them. So very excited for them. That being said, I am honest enough to say I truly don't know everything. We've been involved in some meetings and with others in the tourism space and with the Packers to know some information, but I will honestly say we won't have all the answers, but we're going to collect all the questions and we will try to get all the answers if we can. First, I kind of want to go over the schedule and for what we know and what has been communicated via the Packers and the NFL of the draft schedule. So on day one, that's Thursday, April 24th, the draft experience hours are going to be noon to 10 p.m. The draft experience has a footprint, pretty much the Titletown district. And if you've never seen what the draft experience is, lots of interactive things, all of football related, lots of family friendly things, interactive displays, games, all kinds of things, as well as vendors and food. So, they move the draft experience around. They have it at the Super Bowl, they pack it up, they bring it to the draft. So it's a really fun, interactive display. So that will be going on pretty much all day on the 24th. The draft theater And what they're calling the draft theater is pretty much what if you've ever watched the draft at home, that's, what you see when you're sitting on your sofa watching ESPN. So when they have the stage and where they call players up and, people come up and Roger Goodell comes up and makes an announcement about, who's on the clock type of thing. That's what they're calling the draft theater, giant stage. That's going to be active on the 24th from 5 to 11 p.m. First round of picks begins at 7 p.m. Televised, and they expect that it kind of depends. I think they're only doing the first round on day one. So it kind of depends how long each team, each team has 15 minutes, but some take shorter. So we expect that broadcast for the draft to go 9:30-ish, 10 o'clock-ish. And then there will be some ongoing, the kind of pundits after the picks, so to speak, till 11 p.m. from the broadcast at the draft theater. Very similar schedule on day 2, the draft experience noon to 10. The theater hours are 5 to 11. Second and third round picks begin at 6 p.m., so just an hour earlier on Friday. And then on day 3, draft experience opens early. It's 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. And the theater is noon to 7 p.m. So they kind of wrap up Saturday pretty early with those 4th through 7th round picks. So there is another couple other fundraisers. Taste of the Draft fundraiser on the 23rd in the evening. That's a ticketed event up in Green Bay, focusing on Wisconsin foods, and it's a focus on a fundraiser. I believe the Packers have said all of that revenue from that fundraiser will stay in Wisconsin to help schools and raising money for schools that need money for food service and helping underprivileged families, in that way. So on April 26th, we had heard some things that there might be potentially an evening entertainment up in Green, certainly in that draft experience or what I'll call the footprint up there. There's going to be, local bands, local things happening, and there'll be entertainment going on throughout the evening on the 26th. So that's the schedule. Jen, if you could advance to the next one. This is the footprint that was shared out with by the Packers and the NFL. You can kind of see, I was on a call and I heard the gentleman who was one of the producers for the draft. So the stage, he called it the money shots, where the stage is, you won't see Lambeau in the background of the stage. The stage actually looks at Lambeau. So when they get behind the player, then you'll see Lambeau at that point. But the stage is going to be massive. I don't know how large it is, but it's huge. Obviously a huge construction. They'll begin building that, I think, relatively soon. And you can go to the next one.
I'm actually going to jump in. We did have a question, and I think you're about to address it, where exactly the physical location of the theater is. And I think it was shown on that slide you showed 2 back.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2 back. So if you look here and kind of orient yourself, the stage is, I'm pointing at my screen like you can see me. The stage, as you're looking at your screen, would be way off to the left. It's kind of, you can see the green highlight of it. Kind of over where the Rush Expo is.
Where the large congregation of people.
Yes. So
Yeah.
if you're Lambeau's in the center, look off to
people.
your left. That's the stage. It backs up. This is Lombardi. That is Oneida Street. Oneida Street runs behind it. So they wanted people on the stage to be looking at Lambeau Field. This is what I heard from the producer doing the interview. And then all along there, you can see in that Titletown district, you can see the white roofs, the little white roofs. Those are all the vendors and the tents and the NFL experience and all the things to see and do during the time people would be attending in that NFL experience zone. Okay. This is what they're kind of planning. And I know, even from the get-go, from the initial kickoff, I do know, I've heard, the people at Discover Green Bay and the Packers are really trying to lean into that whole bike thing. You know how the kids ride the bikes with the kids with the players during training camp, or the players take the kids' bikes, and they were hoping to do some activations like that even on the stage, where maybe a player or two rides a bike up. I'm not sure how that all came to be, but that was kind of the plan, and they'll obviously focus a lot on the Packers. So the draft obviously is presented by Bud Light, will be televised on the NFL Network, ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Deportes. On-air coverage, April 24th, Thursday, 7 p.m. Central begins, 25th, Friday, 6 p.m., and then April 26th, noon, or 11 a.m. Central. This is, to me, the huge value of the draft for Northeast Wisconsin. The PR value, the extra shots, we're coming to you from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and getting all those environmental shots. Hoping things green up a little bit soon. Like we had a great spring last year. They're going to get some of those real pretty shots around the area to showcase the area. And there's a lot of great PR value from that as well. The NFL is very focused, and the Packers really would like people to download this, their app, which is called OnePass. And it will be populated with a lot of information about the event itself. So they're really encouraging people, like this is kind of their single point of information called NFL OnePass. Next slide. So for the Fox Cities, obviously we sit, we're 30 minutes south of Green Bay. Last year, the event was in Detroit. The year before that, Kansas City, certainly larger municipalities. And so I think when you look at the Fox Cities, and, you could consider us very similar to like a very near suburb in Detroit, or a very near suburb. We're in that first tier, that first outer ring, for people to travel into, to get hotels. Our friends at ATW have done some amazing work working with our airlines to add additional flights and additional seats. Lots more nonstop flights coming in. Wednesday, the flights are flying Wednesday, Saturday, or Wednesday, Sunday. So Wednesday's going to be a huge day, beginning at 10:25 in the morning, going till almost midnight. We have, I want to say I counted over 25 flights coming in. And some of the airlines are adding flights, and some are just adding larger planes, depends on the airline. So we, as the CVB, we will have a welcome table at the airport all day on Wednesday and all day on Thursday. On Wednesday, we will be offering shuttles to local, so Fox Cities hotels from the airport to augment our other transportation drivers, like our taxi cabs and our Uber drivers. Several of the airlines asked for that to make sure that there was a good experience once they were bringing in all these extra people, that there was enough local transportation. So we'll be doing on Wednesday additional shuttles, just really a loop with Cobuson buses from the airport to the local Fox Cities hotels for visitors who are staying in hotels. And on Thursday, we'll be doing more information providing and directions as well. Jen, is there a separate slide on the shuttles to Green Bay, or should I do that here?
Did you send me something on shuttles?
Nope, I think so. So we'll do that here. So the CVB is, no, that's wrong, is also coordinating a park and ride shuttle. The parking lot will be at Fox River Mall. It will be the southwest corner of the main parking lot. So the main parking lot, what I consider the main parking lot, is the one where you get to JCPenney's, Shields. The southwest corner, take Penny's, go all the way across the parking lot in that far corner. If any of you were out there this summer, they had a circus out there. That in that section of the parking lot, that's where the park and ride will be. We'll be operating coach bus shuttles Cobeson will be operating. We will be scheduling shuttles on Thursday and Friday, transportation from Fox River Mall up to Green Bay and back round trip. There will be a cost. And we will be giving priority, as the CVB is coordinating this, to hotel guests. But we do plan to open it up to the general public about 10 days out if we haven't sold out the shuttles. So there will be 3 departures on both Thursday and Friday morning. We're working with Cobeson on the finals. We'll see a draft page that we have as a CBB. We'll be announcing those times right now, but I think we're planning like 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m. And then, of course, the return trip from Green Bay back here. We're working on those final times now, just making sure that nothing changes in the schedule up in Green Bay. And so we'll be announcing those times and going live with the tickets for the shuttles for our hotel guests in the next week or so.
So will that be found on your website on that draft page?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so when we get to the end of the slide and a couple other slides, you'll be able to see a QR code that'll take you right to this foxcities.org events 2025 draft.
Yep.
All right.
We do have another question about the shuttles, wondering if you know where the drop-off location will be in Green Bay.
We have not been told that yet. We're waiting for that information from the folks in Green Bay.
Okay.
So I'll let
Ooh,
Jen
that's a
take
lot.
this.
So I'm just going to bounce back here real quick. So as we're talking about hours of activity here in the Fox Cities, we see and we keep hearing, right, that fans are arriving on Wednesday. So that's good news. That gives us an extra opportunity to attract them in and get them engaged in some of our local businesses. Thursday and Friday, it's going to be morning, potentially an opportunity for brunch or lunch. And then Thursday and Friday, late night after 11, we may see people staying Saturday night as well, but it's very likely they're going to have that additional entertainment going on up in Green Bay for Saturday night. So we're not exactly sure what to anticipate for when fans will arrive back here in the Fox Cities. So we took some information out of the Green Bay Business Resource Kit, which I'll give you a link to at the end here as well. So you'll see us referencing that because they put together some really good information about what fans are looking for. There's teams from all across the country, and they'll be here in town and they're looking for places to congregate. They're going to be looking for interactive experiences, football fan merchandise, themed drinks, food specials, unique Wisconsin items. I think that's a real opportunity for us to shine and for our local brands to shine. And again, that brunch, lunchtime, maybe some live music after 11, which we'll talk about. As we look at the local fans, and what they're going to be looking for, watch parties are going to be key. So we're definitely encouraging our local businesses to be thinking about ways to engage those local football fans as well. We're also thinking about those maybe not so football fan enthusiasts that might be looking to kind of escape the football craze. So you could lean into a football-free zone or a special shopping experience or a special dining experience for those folks as well. We listed out here a couple of tips and ideas for restaurants, bars, and grills to, again, host that watch party, create that special football themed menu, open your kitchen early or offer a special brunch or breakfast, be pushing that eat before you go message, and maybe keep your kitchen open late with a limited menu because some folks will be arriving pretty late and not really sure how much food they're going to have on site. So we're anticipating that folks are going to be looking for kitchen access, food access after 11. So be thinking about that. Tips and ideas for some retailers: bring in some football themed merchandise to sell, offer a themed discount program. We're actually going to be engaging our downtown businesses in a kind of punt, pass, and play program where we'll have a scratch, match, and win program, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get further down the road here. And of course, all businesses are invited to engage with the Convention and Visitors Bureau and the Appleton Downtown Incorporated if you're a downtown business.
Hey,
let's
Jen, just
flip here.
really
Yeah.
quick to reiterate your point about the late night. So as we have been trying to schedule the return, what I call the return flights on the buses from Green Bay down here, you saw how late the broadcast goes. And, we can't, the buses, they need time to turn. So right now we're thinking we're going to do an early departure about 9:30 p.m. And then probably not one till leaving Green Bay at 11. So not getting back to Fox River Mall till 11:30, 11:45. And then a 12:30 potential departure. And again, those are still up in the air. I want to be very clear on that. We're still working with the bus company and some of the other, the folks in Green Bay to make sure that we're all okay with their times. But so some people could, be coming back as late as, 1:30 and, potentially looking for food and that type of thing. I can't guarantee that they're going to flood into all the places, but that it could be late. So even planning just a very simple late night bar menu or snacks that you might grab and go stuff, people will probably be looking for that because it's going to be a late night up in Green Bay, as you can tell. Even the draft experience, which is kind of all the fun stuff, doesn't close till 10 o'clock. And the stage doesn't close till 11 p.m. So think late night and some opportunities as people are coming back into the community, both locals as well as our visitors. Certainly there will be food and everything up in Green Bay, and I expect they will be having dining options up there as well. But there might be a real real demand for those late night snacks.
All right, Pam, you want to run us through some do's and don'ts?
Some do's and don'ts. So the Discover Green Bay and the Packers have been very helpful in kind of communicating the expectations of the NFL. And as you will understand, the NFL has quite an investment in their brand, and there are plenty of rules around using that brand and not so. So first of all, offering those things like the football theme specials, running special promotions and deals, hosting events like a watch party, football themed trivia, bar games. Take advantage of the opportunities with us at the CVB, Appleton, Downtown Inc., and other outlets. Again, when we get to the end of the presentation, there'll be a QR code. We are collecting information. We have a form for you to fill out. If you have a special, if you're having a watch party, if you got something fun going on, we will be putting all of that on our website, and it is at no charge to you. And then, sharing that out to potential visitors as they come to the Fox Cities. We will have that at our visitor information table at the airport as well. So we're asking you to share what you're doing with us, and so that we can then share it with our visitors. There are some don'ts, however. Do not use the NFL draft, NFL, or any professional NFL team logos and verbiage. So even the letters NFL in any of your promotions. Please do not go to the draft website and take the NFL draft and Green Bay logo and copy it and use it. We've already had something like that happen. We had a local business send out an e-blast. They lifted the NFL draft logo, and I got that email, and within a half an hour, I had a communication from Green Bay that they needed to take that down. So please don't use that logo unless you've got a permission to use it. So anything like that, and we have, as we get a little down the road, the CVB, we created just a very simple football themed welcome to the Fox Cities football fans. We have digital versions. We have it in all kinds of sizes. We will provide that to you. It is not the NFL logo, full disclosure. It is not the official draft logo, but it just says welcome football fans. We will provide that to you at no cost. And you can use it on, you say you're going to print up menus, or you wanted to do some signage. We also have a digital version if you have digital TVs and reader boards to just throw up when folks are there to welcome them to the Fox Cities. Happy to share that with you at no cost, but please do not use the NFL logo or the words NFL draft in any of your promotions. And do not imply that your event, deal, or offer is endorsed, sponsored, hosted, or affiliated with the NFL. There is your fine print.
I jump back in with a couple questions.
Sure.
One very closely related to this is is it okay to just say 2025 draft?
That's what we have been doing. And that seems to be okay, or 2025 draft in Green Bay.
Okay, I have a couple more that came in. Is ATW bringing in more rental cars as well?
I do not know that as fact, but I will try to ask that. I will try to get that information.
I believe there's someone from ATW on. If you happen to know that information, throw it in the Q&A box. And then one more, can we advertise on the shuttles?
No, well, there is that, the CVB will be promoting returns to the Fox Cities. You know, and obviously as we're sponsoring the shuttles and offsetting those costs, so we're gonna do we're gonna be promoting the Fox Cities and return trips, but we're not doing any additional advertising.
Okay.
Anything else, Melissa?
Good for now.
Okay. Well, we'll move on to some suggestions regarding the social media channels. Again, this is taken from the Green Bay Business Resource Kit, and we wanted to just put these top of mind as we're looking at focusing on Facebook, Instagram, making sure that you're using video content for your draft posts, YouTube shorts, promoting your business and draft activations as early as possible for the draft, creating posts in the days leading up to and during the time that they're here, posting early in the morning before they head out and late in the evening as they're coming back. Consider posting 1 to 2 times a week in March and every day during April as you're leading up to the draft. And then 2 or 3 times, depending on the channels, right? You don't want to overdo it on like Facebook. You're going to mess up the algorithms or however they say. But certainly an opportunity to increase your posting and activity on social media during the draft itself. Listed out a couple of helpful tips there regarding video content, focusing on featuring your fans, visiting your business and enjoying some time there. Looking at following those social media pages like the NFL, the One Stop app, the Green Bay Packers, your local municipalities. Certainly follow the Convention and Visitors Bureau and see what they're up to and posting. Make sure you're tagging your location in your business and Instagram posts. Utilizing the story feature on Instagram as well, and making sure that your website is draft ready, updating your hours, special events, social media links, and of course, welcoming football fans. And this one I can't stress enough, and it's updating your Google business profile. Especially for those downtown businesses on the webinar, this is how we pull information for our new website to make sure that your business information is accurate. Please make sure that your Google business profile is up to date. Pam, I'll hand it back to you.
All right, so for the CVB, from the CVB's perspective, obviously, like I said, we're really focusing on those visitors, those people who may be new to the Fox Cities, you know, or maybe they've been here before when their team played the Packers. But so we've been doing since December. We've been doing a lot of digital advertising in NFL markets, in the direct flight markets. You know, you can see some of the imagery we've been using here. Your #1 pick for your draft stay, book your stay. There's the welcome to the Fox Cities football fans artwork, and that we have that in kind of positive and negative. So we are happy to share that with everyone who wants to use it. But we've been doing this to really promote visitation and visitors in the Fox Cities since December. Continuing to do this as well for the next few weeks. Our hotels are not full. Our hotels are about 65-ish% full. We noticed after the Super Bowl, the number of reservations has picked up. So we expect that that will continue as the dates draw near. And then we will then kind of convert when people are here in market with visitors. We're going to be doing some geofencing operations, targeting those visitors to retarget them to come back and stay, or sending them messages about the Fox Cities and thank you for staying. Come back and see us for another visit. So those will be the activities. Jen, could you go back to the other page with the QR code? So we have an NFL draft page on our website, the Draft in Green Bay. This is going to be that kind of like the one landing page for everything. Really, again, targeting at visitors. This QR code will take you to that page. And on that page is a link to the form where you can click. And if you're, like I said, if you're doing a special or event, and you don't have to do it today. If you haven't figured it out, that's fine. It will be there existing. And then we will begin populating those activities in the Fox Cities and sharing those with visitors as they come to the area. And again, this welcome football fans to the Fox Cities logo available. You can contact us at the CVB. We're happy to send the digital art out for you to use at no charge.
All right, we're going to drill down a little bit deeper here with Appleton Downtown. We also have included a draft landing page on our website to welcome locals and visitors to find information and resources. We are looking to add, just as Pam is on the CVB site, draft specific activities and specials. So here's a QR code that's going to take you to our submission form. And this is an opportunity for downtown businesses to let us know what you're doing, what kind of specials you have, what hours you're changing. This is going to be a great opportunity for us to bring that all together and put that on our landing page for visitors to find. We are also doing some geo-targeting marketing. It's a campaign, of course, to welcome draft fans to downtown, and then a retargeting campaign as well to hopefully bring them back for future events and activities. We'll be reaching out with the Fox Cities magazine in their special section. They're doing an overprint with a little bit wider distribution, and we're going to be part of that. We will have downtown guides and area hotels. I'd love to have them on the shuttle, Pam.
Yeah, yes, we will allow that on the shuttle.
Oh, that would be great. We'll also, of course, be beefing up our social media posts and advertising throughout that time. For downtown businesses, we will have a punt, pass, and play promotion, which we look to propose this scratch off game. This will be for participants to customize their prize. This is a no cash prize kind of program where you can offer either a discount or a gift that they might win. We'll be also trying to accumulate some of those prizes to help boost this as well. It's really meant to enhance the visitor experience while they're downtown and in town for the draft. We will also be featuring a football-themed large-scale outdoor projection. It will be projecting on the Fox Cities Performing Arts Center, and that we're hoping to have on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night. We're working with our local provider to make sure that we can get that up and shown throughout those nights. It's not going to be an all-night thing, but we'll be able to advertise what time we'll have projection in the coming weeks. And then this is new to the docket, and we're really excited about this. This is focused on Wednesday night. So this is April 23rd. We are putting together a music walk for Wednesday night, featuring and in partnership with Mile of Music artists in multiple venues downtown. So think of it kind of as a mini mile. So we'll have an application for this for venues that want to participate and be part of the music walk. And from there, we'll select probably the top 8 or 10. This is an event that will run between 7 and 10 p.m. on that Wednesday night. But we're really excited about it and really looking forward to how many of those venues we can bring on board and feature local artists and musicians from our area. Live music has become such an important part of who we are, and it's a great opportunity to invite folks back for Mile of Music and enjoy more of what the Fox Cities and what downtown Appleton has to offer. All right, question time.
Yeah, so just as a reminder, a lot of the resources we referenced as far as stage and the social media guide and what to do and what not to do, Discover Green Bay and the Packers put out a business resource guide, and that first QR code is that, and I really highly recommend you take a look at that. There's some good information. even on the what to do and what not to do. And again, I can't stress enough, please, let's be accommodating to the rules of the NFL and making sure we're good partners in this whole endeavor. Then of course, a QR code for the Fox Cities CVB and our draft page, as well as a let us know what you're doing. And it looks like Appleton Downtown Incorporated as well. A QR code there to get to their information. And I want to be, like I said, this is a great opportunity for us to showcase the Fox Cities to people who maybe have never been here before. There could be a lot of folks who've traveled, previously, but there's going to be some great opportunity here for people who may have never come. They're traveling, maybe with an AFC team that the Packers don't play very much. And so we have a great opportunity to showcase the community. I do want to be, very upfront too, that, understanding if they're flying in or even driving in a great distance, they're coming for the draft. And I totally respect that they will be going up to Green Bay to spend their day. And Green Bay has some marvelous entertainment, and the NFL certainly has a spectacle on there in that area. So, we certainly understand that many of our visitors will be going up to Green Bay. But as Jen mentioned, there are some great opportunities for us to capture their attention because they're either flying in here or they're staying here in our market. So that Wednesday evening, great opportunity. Thursday morning, like I said, our first shuttle probably won't leave till 11 a.m. Breakfast, brunch, all those things, make sure that they have an opportunity to get a Fox Cities or Wisconsin themed gift before they head back on the plane on Saturday. There's some wonderful opportunities that we can take advantage of.
Okay, we do have, sorry.
Go ahead. I don't know.
Okay, we do have several
Melissa,
questions.
let us know if you wanted us to tackle the questions that were submitted in advance too.
Let's start with the ones in the queue. So
Okay.
We've got a question for Jen. Our business is in Dale. Is there an opportunity for us to set up a tent downtown? We are a distillery, the only one in Outagamie County.
I don't believe so. We are not looking to bring in any additional vendors throughout this time. We're not renting any parks or doing anything special to that effect. So my inkling is to say no. You can certainly reach out to the city of Appleton and ask them if you have a very specific plan in place for how you want to do that.
Okay. Jesse from ATW did say that regarding the rental cars, they're working with the rental car partners to increase their fleet size. They know it's a big event. Nothing is for certain yet, but they know about the increased demand. So thank you, Jesse. Have you heard any concern from local businesses about employee shortages during the draft?
I have not, but I'll defer to Jen on that.
We have not at this time. I think some businesses may be seeking some additional help if they're going to do some additional hours. And that's a great question for us to put out to our members to see if we can maybe help get the word out about that. So thanks for bringing that to our attention, and stay tuned. We'll see if we can get more information on that.
Okay. Where, if anywhere, will volunteers be needed for the draft festivities, and how do you apply for that?
So the CVB already has volunteers. We don't expect to need a lot of volunteers down here in the Fox Cities beyond our normal cadre of volunteers for our welcome table and with our staff. There is, if you're looking to volunteer up at the draft, and they do take applications for that. If you go to that Green Bay resource page, there's a form on that page that you could fill out if you wanted to try. Now, I can't remember the numbers exactly, but like in Detroit, they had 12,000 applications and only needed 800 people. So if you wanted to volunteer up in Green Bay at the draft, there is a form on the Green Bay site to fill out. From my perspective down here from the CVB standpoint, we are pretty good. We're going to do it with our existing cadre of volunteers, but we are always open to new volunteers. If you're interested in volunteering, you could contact the CVB.
And I would have a similar response to that. We do have a volunteer application if people are interested in helping us out. We will have some additional hours for our office to be open on Wednesday night. We're already open pretty early on Thursday and Friday, but we may see an extra hour on both ends and hope that we can be here to answer questions. So head to our website and check that out. We have a volunteer section there, or just reach out to us here at the office.
Okay, we have another question from a bar who would like to know, how do you apply to host a band on Wednesday night?
We don't have that application put together quite yet. We are just getting the information put together with Mile of Music. So please stay tuned for that and stay in touch with ADI and our hospitality committee as well. You can reach out to me direct if you'd like.
Okay. Will you be giving flyers to the hotels for our guests? And I'm not sure what kind of flyers that's referring to, but maybe draft flyers?
So the hotels, we've already communicated with them. They have access to all the graphics, the Welcome to the Fox Cities, so they can use the graphics and that we are producing. Many of the hotels, certainly they will have, many of them have our destination guide. Unfortunately, many hotels, especially chain hotels, of which the majority of Fox Cities hotels are, they have very strict rules about what they can put in rooms. And so even the official Fox Cities visitor guide cannot be put in the rooms of many of our hotels due to their contracts with their chains. But many of the hotels do have them, behind the front desk that they can hand out upon request. So we certainly have access from that standpoint. And hotels will usually reach out to us if they need something specific beyond that. A number of them, I believe they can request for an exemption from their chains to put something different, but I haven't heard anything about them asking for specific flyers. Again, we will be sharing, as we always do with our hotels, every week actually, we share with them a list of community events and things going on in the community to have at their front desk when guests request it. So we will be sharing the list of what's going on for the draft with all the hotels. So again, if you populate something on our website, we're going to be sharing that with all the hotels. And we'll also be sharing the shuttle information with them as well.
Do you have a couple more shuttle questions? That seems to be a popular topic. What is the cost of the shuttles? Do you know that at this point?
We're still we think we're still waiting for a little bit more information. It'll be up. Yeah, we're not quite sure yet. I'll be honest with you. We're almost there. We're working on it. Working with Covisint on the final cost to provide the transportation and kind of backing into that cost.
Okay, and what is the best place to go again for all that shuttle information, all things shuttle, when that's published and ready to go?
We will have that once we have everything ready to go and are actively, we will have it on that page on our website.
Okay, perfect. We do still have time, so if anyone has any more questions, send them in right now.
While you're waiting for those, Melissa, I'll address a few that may have come in advance.
Okay, perfect.
There was a couple comments or questions about housing or looking about local homeowners, and I just am going to encourage, if you're thinking about renting out your home on like VRBO or Airbnb, and there's certainly a number of that happening, I will encourage you to contact your local municipality. Many of our municipalities have licenses that must be purchased in order to rent out your home. This really relates to safety and health code things. All the things that need to be done when you're essentially operating a business out of your home. Do you have, smoke detectors and all those safety things? Obviously, we would hate for something to happen where someone rents a home here in the Fox Cities and a tragedy happens because the home wasn't equipped with the appropriate safety equipment. So if you're going to rent out your home, I highly encourage you to reach out to your municipality, understand their rules. There is some of the municipalities require licenses, not all. There is a room tax collection that would need to be happened on those rentals, so that all those rules can be done with your local municipalities. And also I wanted to say on the transportation, we as the CVB are coordinating the shuttles really as a service to the hotel guests first, but we'll be opening it up to the public, as I mentioned, if we don't sell out from the hotels. But if you are another company who is running or another organization that is running shuttles, we are happy to promote that on this CVB page. Please send us the information. Again, the same way, the form, the QR code. If you're running a shuttle from the bar on College Avenue, I see, or somewhere else, we will be putting all the shuttles beyond ours on our page as well, because we know that transportation, anything we can do to help the flow of transportation up in Green Bay will be helpful to our friends in Green Bay. So we'll be promoting all the shuttles, not just the ones the CVB is coordinating.
I have another shuttle question. Is there, outside of the downtown area and neighboring cities, what is the farthest that the shuttles will go outside of the Fox Valley? Or do you know of any other shuttles running out of other communities?
So our shuttles will serve our Fox Cities hotels. So the Fox Cities CVB, we serve hotels Kaukauna down to Neenah, over to Sherwood, and over to Hortonville. So if there's hotels, we'll be obviously working with our hotel partners to look at their check-ins and kind of plan that out accordingly. And then our shuttles will simply go from Fox River Mall up to Green Bay, and Green Bay was working, they had us all submit plans, and they're working on a kind of a shuttle stop up there. So that's where our the shuttles that the CVB is coordinating will be running. I believe there are shuttles coming from other municipalities in the state, but I am not familiar with them, those as well. We will be, like I said, on our website from the CVB, if there's other shuttles running by organizations in the Fox Cities proper, we will be promoting those.
This is a good question. This person submitted, must be from a healthcare facility. Are any other health facilities offering more walk-in care? We plan on having more walk-in times.
Gosh, I don't know that I'm aware of that. You know, as I said, I expect the sort of crush of people to be up in Green Bay, but of course there may be folks as they come back or they're traveling who might seek out some medical care, but I'm not aware of anything specific.
It's a good question for us to look into for our resource pages. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you want to, you can go ahead and continue with the submitted questions if you want.
Okay. Okay, first question, are you looking forward that the draft is coming to Green Bay and impacting small businesses? Well, I'm looking forward to for Green Bay and the fact that it's a great opportunity to showcase all the wonderful things in Northeast Wisconsin. So yes, absolutely. What specific dates are anticipated to be the highest increase in visitors to the Fox Cities? I would definitely say Wednesday to Saturday. What we have heard from previous draft host communities is your hardcore draft person, you know, those people who rabid fans who love their teams, want to go to the draft. That's your Thursday, Friday visitor. By Saturday, you know, as you get to the 3rd through 7th round or the 4th through 7th rounds, Saturday's a lot of families, drive-in traffic families, just, you know, the whole NFL experience, which is amazing. And you'll see a lot of families. So from a visitation standpoint, and we looked at also the flights that our friends at ATW have are bringing in. It's like a Wednesday, Saturday, and a little bit Wednesday, Sunday cadence. So I expect most to arrive on Wednesday and leave on either Saturday or Sunday. What is being done to minimize traffic congestion disruption given the Highway 4115 and other construction projects underway? Good question. So here's what we have been told. The Packers did meet with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation during this whole bid process. all construction work on the 41 project will stop during the draft dates. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, basically, I think they'll be done, for the weekend. There will be no active construction on any of that project during that time. Obviously, 15, the interchange will remain down. We have, there's lots of good signage moving people around in the detour routes as posted, but all of the highway construction will stop. I think we've addressed a number of these. Let me just see. There's a question about whether this goes to workforce short-term jobs available. The best way they work for a nonprofit workforce development company to direct clients to apply if businesses need short-term employment. Jen, do you have any thoughts on that? I don't, aside from.
I don't, but as I indicated, I think that's a really good question for us to put out to our downtown businesses if they're looking for any additional short-term help. So I think the best way I can answer that right now is to keep a watch on our landing page for this, which is where this QR code will take you. And if we have job openings that are specific to short-term throughout the draft, we'll try to add those here.
Okay. Historically, what is the peak check-in time? Again, I think I kind of addressed that. We're expecting the majority of our check-ins to be Wednesday, and then departures on Saturday and Sunday. A question regarding impact on event venues, restaurant availability for business meetings during this time. So business meetings and event venues. And that's kind of I'll be honest, a little bit of an unknown. As we mentioned though, the draft visitors, throughout that draft core time will most likely be up in Green Bay. So I expect if you had a business dinner at 5 or 6 p.m. on Thursday evening, I would certainly highly encourage reservations, as you would for any business dinner, because as we all know, the restaurants in the Fox Cities can be busy all the time, and especially when you think about this as like either EIA timeframe or in the downtown Appleton impact when the PAC has a Broadway run going on and there's other things happening and how busy things could get. So certainly encourage reservations. But I believe there would be so much disruption during that core time where you couldn't certainly have a business meeting if needed or during the day.
I would be a little more cautious about a lunch meeting, just because there is an opportunity for folks to head to Green Bay a little bit later, maybe catch lunch before they go. So lunch might be a little tighter.
Agreed. So that is, Melissa, those are all the questions that you had provided for those in advance.
Okay, I do have a couple more in the queue. As a hotel outside the area, at the first meeting, I think that means our first seminar back in December, it was said that the hotels were 85% full, and now it was said that it's 65%. How confident are you on those numbers?
I don't think our hotels were never 85%. That may have been Green Bay, perhaps. Because Green Bay.
That's what I'm remembering.
Yeah, Green Bay's hotels, a lot of their rooms and room blocks were taken up with NFL business. So what we call business blocks. So in other words, the NFL is holding a lot of rooms in Green Bay for their staff, for the teams, for the players. So I think how that comment was made was there's a great opportunity for hotels outside of Green Bay because about 85% of Green Bay's hotel stock has been taken offline because to serve just the draft proper from a group business standpoint. So I'm guessing that's what that comment was about. as far as the Fox Cities hotels being about 65% right now, we survey our hotels every 2 weeks. They provide us with the number of rooms they have available. And, you know, we don't hear from every hotel. We serve 42 hotels. But that's our best guess based, based on the data we're getting back from all our hotels and the rooms they have booked already.
Okay, I've got just one or two more. This one I'm guessing is from a hotel. It says for the draft, we do plan to put CVB guides in the room. So if there is a flyer from downtown with the QR code or something from ADI, that would also be great.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
That's good to hear.
Yay, thank you. We will certainly be delivering downtown guides to the hotels. And as we have more information about Wednesday night and some of the other offerings, we'll get something put together and make sure that we have that available as well.
And then just one more shuttle. Can we get an email about the shuttle for Green Bay and the Fox Valley?
Can you get an
email?
Email? You can email tourism@foxcities.org.
All right,
And
that is all I've got for the questions. So if you
Okay.
guys want to wrap it up, we'll see if any more trickle in. Oh, hold on. One more just came in. We have a celebrity flag football event happening on the Sunday of draft weekend. What is our best way to promote with the hotels or shuttles? This is for our nonprofit. From Gridiron Football.
You could submit that to our calendar of events. And again, as I said, we'll be sharing local events in the community with our hotels.
Okay, and that's all I've got at the moment.
Okay. Well, thank you, Melissa. We appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you
Yes,
both.
thank you
This
very
is
much.
super informative. All right, and if no more questions are coming in, I think we can wrap it up if you guys have anything final to say before we go.
Melissa, I would just add one more thing that we will be posting this recording on the Fox Cities Chamber YouTube channel in the next couple days, so watch for that. And Pam, you had referenced a logo that you have that people could use. Are we able to email that to participants in this webinar also if they want to use it?
Yes, absolutely. Let me get that to you, Laura. Because there's so many different versions, the file can be rather large, but
Okay.
we can get you like a couple of the basics and then they can reach out to us if they need anything more specific and you could share that with them. Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Great. Yeah, thank you both for contributing this great information. Thank you everyone for attending, and we will see you at the draft.
Awesome.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.